Okay, we are on the next video. I don't know what part this is anymore. I'm pretty far into this book now, but we are on page 160. And this is the Chaldaean dynasty of Nabonassar. So, this is the Chaldaean dynasty. So this is when the Neo-Babylonians. So this is the empire that is being referred to in the Old Testament, in Ezekiel in particular. So this is the ecclesiastical canon, which just means like the biblical canon. The ecclesiastical canon computation of the years from Salmanassar, who is the same as Nabonassar, to Alexander of Macedon. Nabonassar, who is called in scripture Salmanassar, reigned 25 years. So that's 25 years, and then Nabiest reigned for 8 years, it looks like, so that's 33 years. Chenceris and Porus, 5 years. Ilulaeus, 5 years. Mardosempadus, 12 years. Arsenius, 5 years. Interregnum, 2 years. Belilus, 3 years. Aperanatisus, 6 years. Areja Belus, 1 year. Messis and Mordacus, 4 years, 76. These are some footers in what looks to be a Greek. And I guess that's about it. So it looks like so it's the king, so Salmanassar, who is the same as Nabonassar, to Alexander of Macedon. I don't know what he's meaning by that, but in any case, it looks like this is like a brief history of the Chaldeans. I don't know if it's like the first dynasty. Okay, so the astronomical canon. The astronomical canon of the years from Nabonassar, who is the same as Salmanassar, king of the Chaldeans, to the death of Alexander, the founder of the Greek dynasty. Okay, so this king's list has to include Cyrus, because Cyrus comes before the Alexander of Macedon, because that's who rules just after. So I wonder when this is going to line up and who they're calling what. Although this looks to be just the same, so I don't really know if I want to read all this. But let's see if we keep going down. So I mean, it looks like we get to like Dinus, who ruled for 13 years, and then Chalducinus, 9 years, Cineladanus, 14 years, Nabopolassarus, 21 years, Nabucodonosor, his son, 43 years. Dang, 43 years, wow. Welad Marodek, 5 years, and then Nereidglyceris, who is Baltazar, 3. Nabonadius, who is Astyages, Darius, Acerus, and Artaxerxes. Interesting, okay. I know Darius to be the successor of Cyrus. Oh, okay, so there we go. Okay, so Nabonadius, who is Astyages. Okay, hold on, let me look this up. I think it might be actually. This not being. This is Astyages, not Astyages. I don't know. We'll still look it up. Astyages. Nabonadius. Yeah, see, I don't know if he like mistyped that. If that's supposed to say Astyages or Astiges. I mean, that's kind of a huge difference. And there are two different kings who lived in the 6th century. Astyages was the last king of the Median Empire. He was overthrown by his grandson, Cyrus the Great. So he was founder of the Medes, so they were in the more eastern regions towards Iran, not towards like Assyria or Babylon, which is where the stuff was situated. Nabonidus. I wonder if it thinks that I spelled Nabonidus wrong, but it probably is the same thing, to be honest. It has to be, because they're referring to the last king, and the king that's right after, as we can see right here, is Cyrus. But I'm just kind of like double checking, because they're trying to say here that like Astyages and Nabonidus are the same person, and that's the grandfather of Cyrus. But I can't really confirm that or make that to be the case. But I mean, these are what people this is the thing. This is taken from these people who were from like the biblical period, right? And so we have like a lot of information that actually does line up with some of the discoveries, archaeological finds that we found today. So when I'm looking at this book, and these people are saying, not Cory himself who wrote this in 1832, but the like historians themselves, like Alexander Polyhistor, and I forgot who wrote this. I was trying to scroll up, but I think I'll just scroll up. I forget who wrote this. I was trying to find the author, but I think it might be up here on this page. No, I don't know, but in any case, we do have the Armenian and Greek texts on the left, so these are taken from like older texts to begin with. So when they make statements like these, it really interests me, because we don't get told that. Maybe is there some sort of reason we don't get told that this way, because there's some sort of connection that's not they don't want to be saying. But what the AI is telling us is saying that they are different, and I remember in history correctly that Astyages was he was a Median king, and that Nabonidus obviously sounds like a Babylonian king. But to say they're the same person is actually quite astounding, honestly. But let me see how old was Nabonidus when he ruled. Let's see if it knows that. He's saying the grandfather, right? And Cyrus took over. He's his last one, right? Nabonidus would have been approximately 59 to 64 years old. Yeah, he reigned for 17 years, just like what this book says. This book says he reigned for 17 years. Okay, so and then how old was Astyages when Cyrus took over? Pinpointing the exact age of Astyages when Cyrus took over the Median Empire is challenging, due to the limited and sometimes conflicting nature of the ancient sources. Cyrus the Great was born around 600 to 590. This would place his birth in the late 7th century. Okay, so some sources even... Okay, so here it is. Astyages would have been somewhere between 60 and 70 years old when Cyrus, his grandson, overtook him in 550 BCE. Some sources even suggest a birth year of 605 BCE, which would make him about 55 years old, which is the same age as it'd be a little bit younger than Astyages, or Nabonidus, excuse me. Let me see here. So after that, we know it's 17 years. And Artaxerxes. Let me see if the AI. I'll pull this up real quick. Hold on. Let me. Who is Artax? Is it Artaxerxes? Artaxerxes? Let's see if it. Artaxerxes is the name of several prominent kings of the Achaemenid Empire, Persia, a dynasty founded by Cyrus. He was the name whose reign is through truth. Okay, so that's not important. Okay, so I was just giving. Oh, so it's like a kind of like a prefix to some of the later kings. It looks like some here that these people, this later king interacted with King Philip II, who was Alexander the Great's father. Who I think some sources say that Alexander the Great actually assassinated his father, but that's not like, I guess, canon or whatever. It's just like a conspiracy, and that it was his mother that guided him to like assassinate and take over the empire. But I don't know if we'll ever get to that in this book. I don't know if this book will actually even get to that. But in any case, so we have Cyrus, the first king of Persia, and Cambyses, the son of Cyrus, for 8 years. Oh, I thought it was Darius. Oh, Darius is right there. And then it says here the two magi, two brothers, Smerdius and Pausaudes, 7 months. And then here we have Darius, the son of Hystaspes. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? And then, let's see here. We have Interregnum, 8 years. And then, yeah, see, it's the same now. Okay, so these are the kings. Wait, is this page like one of these pages that broke off again? Okay, this is page 81. Let me go real quick. Page 80. Persian dynasty. Okay, so we read that. So Darius. What is this? Oh, they put these pages like all weird. Okay, so let me see. I don't know what it means from like the astronomical canon to like ecclesiastical. I think that just has to do with like, I don't know, sourcing from different places. I really don't know the difference. I mean, I guess I could ask the AI, but I feel like that might not be too important at the moment. Nabonadius is a Styges. Okay, so if you guys just want to screenshot or just look at the book yourselves and kind of go through these are just all the Neo-Babylonian kings, or the Chaldaean kings, and then it goes into Persian dynasties. So this is the astronomical one, and then it says here Xerxes, the son of Darius, 20 months. 20 months. I think because he had like a type of like assassination attempt on him actually. And then yeah, it says here that Artaxerxes, the son of Xerxes, Longimanus, 43 years. Dang, that was a long time. They had stability for that long. Huh. Xerxes, the son of Artaxerxes, 2 months. Sogdianus, 7 months. Darius Nothus, looks like 19 years. Artaxerxes Memnon, 40 years. Dang. Ochus, the son of Artaxerxes, 5 years. Arsus, the brother of Ochus, Darius' third, son of Arsamas, 6 years. Alexander of Macedon, 6 years. Okay. So let's see here. And then, oh, this is just, again, that's, I don't know what this is. It's like the second side of the same page. I don't know. I think this is like the ecclesiastical canon on one page, and then the other page is the astronomical canon. Okay. And then this is the Ptolemaic canon. So these are the people who ruled right after Alexander and Macedon, because all the empires were split. All the Greek empire was under like I think like the like Neo-Macedonian Empire or whatever, and then over in like the like Middle Eastern lands, I think would have been just like some other satraps of some sort, or some sort of like post. I don't think it was a Ptolemy dynasty. I think the Ptolemy dynasty is like mostly of like Egypt and whatnot, but it must have been in the Middle East here, because it looks like this is what it's talking about. So this is the Ptolemaic canon from Theon, and this is the kings of the Assyrian and the Medes. And so we have Nabonidus, Nadius, Chinsurus Porus. Okay, so it's going down to this list again. We've already read through all of these. And then King of the Persians. So these are the people who ruled right there. And then King of the Greeks. Okay, so Alexander the Great. And then Philippus, Aridaeus. Those are who would have been in those Middle Eastern lands. And then Alexander, Aegus, 12 years. And then, so these are the Greek kings that were in the Assyrian lands and Babylon, it looks like, maybe. And then these are the Greek kings of Egypt. So this would have been the Ptolemy dynasty. So it's Ptolemaeus Lagus, and then Ptolemaeus Philadelphus, and then Ptolemaeus Euergetes. Yeah, see, you got all these Ptolemies going up to Cleopatra. And then from Cleopatra you have Julius Caesar and all that, and then basically what happened after Julius Caesar was assassinated was that his, I think, nephew Augustus Caesar launched a campaign against some of the people who kind of like, what is that word I'm looking for? Like, conspired the assassination attempt. So that was basically, I think, like Brutus, Mark Antony, and Cleopatra. And that Mark Antony and all these people would have fled to Egypt to defend themselves from the oncoming threat of the Romans, which we can see was in a huge absorption just after Cleopatra. We get Augustus, Tiberius, Gaius, Claudius, Nero. So this is right here is about like 180 or 1480, maybe 10. It's quite a few years after some important event. He's like a known emperor, I think in the Bible actually. Vespasianus, Titus, Domitianus, Nerva, Trajan, Adrian, Antoninus Pius, I believe, but it just says Antoninus. Okay, so the dynasties of the Median kings. Ooh, this is actually a good one. From Cencellus. Of the Median kings, the first was Arbaces, who overthrew the empire of the Assyrians, 28 years. Mandauces, 20 years. Sosarmus, 30 years. Artychus, 30 years. Diocles, 54 years. Diocles, the king of the Medes, founded the great and celebrated Ecbatana. Aphartes, 51 years. Cyaxares, 32 years. Astyages, Darius, 38 years. Oh, okay, interesting. So this is from Eusebius, and this is still about the Median kings, but this is Armenian. So this is Arbaces, Maduches, Sarni. Okay, so the Armenians had the kings list of the Medes as well. That's very interesting to know. Okay, so yeah, Styages. Okay, Cyaxares. From Herodotus, we have Deioces, Phraortes, Cyaxares, and Astyages. But it doesn't have any kings before that. That's cool. From Ctesias, I think that might be some sort of like maybe Roman. Sounds like a really Roman author. And then we have Arbaces. Oh wow, this guy knew all the kings. Well, let me see the footer. Jackson gives a catalog of the Median kings composed of the 4 first from the list of Syncellus and the 5 last from this Statius. Let me look up who Statius is, and then I'm gonna end the video actually on this page. Let me see here. I'll pull up the AI. All right. Who are we looking for? Who is, I can't even say it, Ctesias? Who is Ctesias? Sounds like a Roman author. Greek physician and historian from the town of Cnidus, who lived in the late 5th and early 4th centuries BC. His life and work are particularly interesting because he spent 17 years at the court of the Achaemenid Persian king Artaxerxes II, where he served as a royal physician. This unique position gave him a perspective on Persian history and culture that no other Greek historian had of his time. Wow, actually, that's really cool. He wrote 2 major works which unfortunately survive in fragments and summarized by later authors. Wow. So some of his books are only written... Dang, but this guy knew stuff about all of them? I'm assuming he's some sort of like ambassador of some sort. But, I mean, for him to write his own chronicles, he must have known some people. That's actually pretty crazy. That's actually really crazy. Because, I mean, dude, this guy actually has Arbaces. And that's like the first king that's like on this list from the Armenians king's list. And then from like Syncellus, who they would have gotten that stuff from conquering those lands and pillaging all the information over there, which we find in this book. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna end the video here, and then we'll continue from Castor. I don't know who Castor is, so we'll have to look this guy up. And we're making good progress on the book so far. 170 out of 470, so just kidding, we're not even close, but just keep going through.